All right. Welcome everybody to another episode of Ganked. So we're going to go over whether or not they're in the right ship, the right fit, and maybe we're going to ask, what? Something like that. So we're going to go through these in order, and I suspect that this shuttle here that was a 26 billion ISK lost is probably going to be the winner of the day. And the winner of the day gets a very special song. Yes, so here we go. All right, we got our first one here. This is a Charon. Okay, so I'm laughing because I probably shouldn't laugh. But I am. And so the fact is that one, the Charon is the wrong ship. Two, it's the wrong fit. Now it's 1/3 the right fit, but there's some big issues with that. And that is that, I don't know. What were they even carrying? So this looks like they were carrying their own stuff. Wow, there's a Myrmidon blueprint in here. If that was researched, it's worth 4 times as much. And let's see here. There's a bunch of blueprints in here, which means that the value in this might be underestimated. This is another original blueprint for Blackbird. Brutix, oh my goodness. These are originals. They would say copy after them if they were a copy. Now, you can assume that they're fully trained up, and if they are, they're worth like at least 4 times as much as what the value given here is. The value given here is what you can buy them for at an NPC. And so, man, this is painful because this is the kind of stuff I'd like to have, for sure, you know? I'm into building all kinds of things, and what a shame that they lost all of these blueprints and everything. They lost, the value in what they lost is really high. Oh my goodness, this list is so long. Man, you know what? There are so many blueprints here that are originals. See, this one's a copy. That's an original. And there are so many here that are originals that you just have to think that they have been researched up, meaning worth 4 times as much. And even if they're small things, I mean, there are so many of them here that it breaks my heart, man. It's like, what? Oh, man. I would love to have all of these blueprints. And so I don't know. This is scary bad. You know what? In fact, right off the bat, we don't even need to look at that other shuttle, which supposedly lost like 29 billion. I mean, this says it lost 8 billion, but we could be this one. Okay, this one is the winner right off the bat. And if you're at work, you gotta turn the volume off because this song is not work safe. And it's about carrying too much in your hold, which is exactly what happened here.
Style really tanked.
Yeah.
Flying that big ship, now it's spanked. Wrong fit, wrong ship. What the fuck were you thinking? Now your wreck's on the grid. Your rep is sinking. Tall as blues.
I mean, the amount of stuff here.
Cargo worth a fortune. Now you're choking.
I'm jealous that they even had all of these. So, I'm kind of looking through here so that I can be totally shocked.
Plex tanking might be bold, but it's a joke.
It's like he had all frigates, maybe all the destroyers, all the fit stuff for all the Tech 1. Cruisers. Wow. Where did this happen? We'll get back up to that. I mean, this is an amazing amount of stuff. Okay, I'm done being shocked. It says 15 billion here. So 17 billion in total, 15 billion in here. So let's just say that 10 billion of that is the blueprints, originals, and that they've all been researched up. That equals 40 billion. Yeah. That's 40 billion. Sin Devoid. Geth.
It's a hard knock life, so fly smart and avoid the strife.
Coming through from Meteor. So, okay, one. This is a Charon. This is not a jump freighter. This is the kind of load you might see in a jump freighter. But this is not a jump freighter. This is a regular freighter. And then there's some other problems here. I mean, obviously, the amount of stuff that they're carrying is way too much. Really, my hard limit on most things, unless I'm going station to station within the same system, my hard limit is literally like 2 billion at the most in cargo. And then I'm always brick tanked. So credit to him, he's got a brick in here, but it should have 2 more bricks in here. And but the only reason you fly a Charon is because you want to be able to cargo expand it out and get that extra space. You can get, it's almost 300,000 more cubic meters of space in a triple cargo expanded Charon than you can any of the others. It's really ridiculous how much more it is. But the problem is that when you do that, you become paper thin. Now, there's some issues here too. I always recommend, well, one, I recommend an obelisk because it's the highest DHP. It takes the most resources for the gankers to kill you. Then there is, you brick tank it, triple brick. Well, so he has a brick here, but he's got a reinforced bulkhead. It's ore. This is an ore version, and the ore version is an enormous amount of money. And so, okay, never mind. This is weird. This is storyline, this one. This is not the ore version. I was thinking it was the ore version because it had some green on it. It's not. It's a storyline version. Okay, so let me explain something here about cargo expanders and bulkheads. Bulkheads give you more EHP at the expense of cargo space. Cargo expanders give you more cargo space at the expense of EHP. So, what is he doing here? He's nulling each other out. That's what he's doing. Yeah, I don't know if maybe the numbers, favor just a little bit being this way instead of triple cargo expanded or instead of whatever, but it's not right. It's not right at all. And it's just too much in value. Now, he may think, oh, I'm out here in Geth and nobody's looking. Not true, obviously, because they got you. And we didn't see how much, we didn't see who all, 20 involved, and those are Talos. So the box of colors. Is this one multi-boxer? This is such a beautiful gank. I mean, I don't like it when people are ganked, but this is such a beautiful gank. If this is one multi-boxer that that did all of this, which it looks like, because they're all named as crayons in these box of colors. I'm impressed if it was one person, because that is it didn't drop everything, but let's just say that 5 billion of that was the blueprints. Then that is 20 billion worth that he picked up. And the blueprints are small. You can get it in a little ship. You don't have to have another freighter out there, whatnot. You just grab all the small shit. And so, anyway, this is both absolutely horrible and beautiful at the same time. Because I don't know. Like, I need to look and see whether or not this guy has died before why does it solo? Oh, because I need losses. So here he lost this. He was ganked by a box of crayons. And he lost this. It was only worth 4 million. So not too bad. How often? I mean, if you're losing combat ships and exploration ships, fine. Respect to you, no problem. I think that's absolutely fine. I guess even though there's more numbers, there's not really anything else there. Okay, so this guy, I mean, he wins this episode, Creed Nocturne. And like I said, it's horrible and beautiful at the same time. Yep. In fact, that's going to be the title of it. So there we go. I wanted to write it down so I didn't forget it. Let's go on to the next one, which is a 26 billion ISK Plex. Okay. Wait a second. He's at the forge in a shuttle at Calgary Navy Assembly Plant, sitting there at the dock at the station. Okay. Was this somebody? Was this RMT? Was this somebody quitting the game? 4,375 Plex. All of a sudden, I want to go look up what that is worth. Because 4,375 Plex, we have a 3,000 one, so 1.5 of the 3,000. And let's see here, 3,000. So $125. And then you add another $60 or whatnot. That's almost $200 in their loss there. Worth of Plex. Okay, so first off, if you're going like, well, he should have been more careful flying that Plex to wherever it needed to go, let me inform you, you never fly Plex. Ever. You also never fly skill injectors or skill extractors. There's a skill extractor sale right now for those of you watching live. 2 for 1. Good price. Exclamation point coupon. You don't need to fly it anywhere. You can use it remotely. It's shared between your account. You have a Plex vault, and it sits in your vault, and you can use it from anywhere. If you need to send Plex to another player, what you do is you pull some of that Plex out, you put it into your item hanger, you contract it to that other player, or if they're at the same station, you can trade it to them. And then they can accept it. And when they accept it, it doesn't go into their hanger at that station. It goes directly into their Plex vault. They have to manually pull it out. So this person manually pulled it out of their vault in order to get it into their cargo hold. So it's either RMT or it is... I can't believe somebody would be that dumb. It'd be like... Can they? So let's look at and see. It must be, I could envision that if I were to quit the game, that I would sell everything I have, and then I'd buy Plex with it all, and then I could undock with that Plex and let somebody blow me up and play roulette. They're brand new character. This has gotta be RMT. But who's gonna pick it up? It's not gonna be the guy who shot them. So, or is it? Because the guy who shot him here is no, he shoots all kinds of people there. I have a really hard time understanding what's going on here, because this person obviously shoots anybody he can, and he sits at Jita just shooting people. It isn't RMT since you're not sure it will drop. Well, what is it then? What is it? Why would somebody do this? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't have any fathomable reason why a character that is just 13 days old would undock with this Plex. Stupidity, maybe? I mean, I suppose it could be. Okay, so there's a term called credit card warrior. And I've used that term before, and that is somebody who comes in and they come in and they buy something from us like Plex or whatnot, and it's a large amount. If we know that they are a brand new player, we actually call them and talk to them, like literally over the phone, and say, are you sure that you want this amount? This is an enormous amount. This will last you a long time. What's your plan for this? And then we'll explain to them about the vault and how they don't need to do this. Now, we don't know what most people are, whether they're a new player or not. It really is like maybe they tell us in email or something like that. But the thing is that we've denied people before who are brand new, and they come in and they buy a 20,000 Plex, or they think they need 100,000 Plex, and they try and buy 5 of those, which, by the way, is like $1,200. And so it's just a ton of money. And people who don't know how the game works and everything, they don't know that they don't need all that Plex to be competitive. That's not how it works. And so they become a credit card warrior. They go out. They got a character that just barely fit in a Titan. They decide they're going to go out and fight. A Titan, by the way, can just barely be covered by 20,000 Plex, and on the low end. And then they come back and buy more because they went out first day and got blown up. And I'm thinking to myself, this person must be rich to be able to do this. I don't even do that. You know, we sell all this stuff, and I don't even do that. I hardly ever buy myself anything for the game. I play the game and I earn it. That's how I do most of it. But, you know, so I fail to understand how this can happen. And if you are a person who thinks you need to fly Plex, stop. Don't do anything. You do not need to do it. Do I need to put warnings on our receipts when people buy Plex? No. I don't need to hold everybody's hand. But I'm just saying, you know, people don't read what we write anyway. I mean, it happens all the time. They buy 2 of something that is one per account. They have only one account. They redeem the first one and they can't redeem the second one, and they get mad at us. Did you see the warning on there and see how to know whether or not you bought it for? And it's frustrating because once we send out a code, the only thing we can do is kill it. We can't just give a refund. It just becomes a total loss for us if we do. We don't make the codes. We're like 7-Eleven. We buy the product, we put it on the shelf, it then gets purchased and they take it out the door. And if they come in and ask for a refund on that Slurpee and we have to give them a refund, we lose all the money on that Slurpee. I mean, I'm not so worried about losing the profit. I'm worried about losing the cost. And I want to make everybody happy, but we can't, you know? So anyway, maybe I feel bad for them. I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. So now, here is something that is very rare. This is a bowhead that's ganked. Now, this is super rare. There are bowheads that are killed, but it is not very often. Not very often at all. And so they dropped 8.7 billion. So they probably dropped ships. So there was a shuttle. Oh, they dropped a Stormbringer. And a Courser was in there. A Varger. The Varger dropped. Yes. Get your pods ready. Boarding now. Here's your Varger. Yeah. And so, there's a Lashak in here and an alligator. They had a Boo-Book in here. Boo-Books are rare. 154 million for a shuttle. They're rare. Prospect. And then Hypothesis and Venture. And then a couple other shuttles. What kind of fit did they have? They have the wrong fit. They absolutely have the wrong fit. Okay, so let's go over this. 1, do I object to how much value is sitting in their cargo hold? Actually, I don't. Because when done right with a bowhead, you can have, what is it? 700,000, 800,000 DHP, something like that. You can have a really high amount of EHP, and maybe it's even 900,000. I don't remember, but the part of this fit is correct. What is not correct is this down here. This should be bricks. Here, you know what? Am I still at that station with my other character? Because he's got, I can show this. He's got, let's see here. This was, there's no, okay. Let me log him off. And let me show you this. Because I think that I have a bowhead right here and I can log in and show you. And so let's see here. Yep, there it is. School bus. Okay, so now This is a bowhead. This is the proper fit. And so this fit is triple capital transverse bulkheads. And then we've got a couple of high-end multi-spectrum shield hardeners. We've got a regular 500 compact microwarp drive. We've got a damage control to and reinforced bulkheads to 720,000. And then let me simulate it, 779,000. And then let me overheat these, and 803,000 EHP. So 800,000 EHP is possible. Now here's, and they're quick. Now here's the problem with this guy is that these inertia stabilizers, Shadow Serpentis inertia stabilizers, so it can get even faster, they're not supposed to be there. When he's got 100 afterburner, okay, he's wrong on this. He needs the micro warp. And so the micro warp here, it gets you up to speed fast enough so that you can jump within its cycle, which is 10 seconds. And I believe it's 10 seconds. We can look here. And let's see, 10 seconds right there. You can abyssal roll these and get it down to 7.5. I believe. Or you can abyssal roll the afterburners to give enough thrust to get you up to the speed, and afterburners are 7.5 natively. So this is one case where an abyssal could be really good. So and if we exit the simulation here, we can see that it aligns in 26 seconds, 27 ticks, which is not bad. Now, with his inertia stabilizers he has in there, he maybe is getting it down to 18 or so, something like that. Maybe even 15. I don't know. I don't want to load up the fit to try. But still, with this right here, you can get to warp in 10 seconds every time and have all of this EHP. You don't have to do it this way. That's the wrong way. And so, and then hyperspatial velocity optimizer. Is that the one that is faster warp speed? What a waste. It's not like everybody can't warp faster than you anyway. So anyway, there's a lot wrong with this. And this greatly lowers his EHP. Look at that. Damage, 162,000. Now, wait a second. We were just talking that I just showed you mine at 800,000. 700,000 without overheating anything. 800,000 EHP. This damage here, it's always inaccurate. So let's say that it's half off. That it's actually it was 300,000. It wasn't. But let's just say it was, or whatnot. It's still, he could have had so much more and had so much greater survivability. There's 17 involved in taking him out. And the thing is that the higher the EHP, the more resources they have to throw at you. And you can do a pod fit or a capsule fit that can help boost your shields, and maybe hull, but I probably this is more so a shield chip, and so I bet you that you could with implants boost it more. I don't know how high, but I think you could boost it more. And so he also lost a capsule. Did he had something in it. Oh, limited social adaptation chip. He didn't have anything. And that was worth $4 million. So Not very much. Anyway, I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned here. That this is, there's a proper way to do it. So capsule fit, well, yes, capsule fit. The fit in your capsule. This is your fit in your capsule, right? These are implants. They're called implants. So anyway, that one, I don't even know. So, okay, right ship, wrong fit. Their triple cargo expanded, which made it for 156,000 damage when it could have been 500, 600,000 damage. With implants, you can get quite high on these. And so, anyway, wrong, totally wrong fit. And carrying a lot of value here. See, he has the right fit in here. Well, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. This is not right. This is not right. Here's why it's not right. Their ore version. You never fly the ore version in a freighter. Because what you've done here is you've added 600 million almost to the value of what could potentially drop. Oh, and this is crayons again, a box of crayons again. Okay. So you've added 600 million to what could potentially drop, which if you're flying empty, fine, but you got to reduce the amount of the value of the cargo that you have because the calculations for the gankers who are trying to make money, they're going to calculate what the bigger target is, and the more you're worth, the more chance of you being targeted. There are other gankers who will just gank anything that flies by. So it doesn't matter, whether it looks good or not. They'll just gank anything, and for the gank, because that's their payoff, and they don't care about the loot, none of that. That's their payoff. So this guy, he had 2 billion in pyrite, and then hydrocarbons, 5.3 billion. So it's like, okay, I want to know if he's lost stuff before. His pod. Well, it didn't say that it was this at the same time. Wait, what? Wow. Okay, he lost a billion-isk pod like 40 minutes later. Who did he lose it to? A box of crayons again. Well, what's going on? Why was he out there? Why didn't he at least hop into a Corvette, which would give you your first lair, so that if this guy shoots at you, you still get away? It's in the same system, I think. Yeah, they're both in the same system. So I don't know. Did he get him undocking? No, he got him near the. And it was just with guns. It wasn't even with like smart bombs or anything. So I don't know. There is something called going on tilt, which any of you who are poker players know about. Going on tilt is when you make one bad decision, and then there's a cascade of additional bad decisions because you made the first bad decision. Oh, wait, he was AFK? So he must have still been logged in. Do you think he was autopiloting with all of that? Oh my God. He was at the same place. He was 13.99 away from the Stargate Suffolk or whatever. And then, oh my God. Brilliant. He was autopiloting. You are exactly correct. This guy was autopiloting. Because why else would his pod still be there and still be logged in? If you rage quit, don't you turn the game off? He must have been autopiloting. Because autopilot is canceled when your ship is destroyed. It doesn't continue on. He was autopiloting. Let that sink in. Has he done this before? Okay, that's what I want to know. Has he lost other ships before? I mean, big ships. Nope. That's his first one. All right. So maybe he learned his lesson. 12.4 billion on a Providence. Again, wrong fit. They're trying to warp faster here. I mean, I get it, wanting to warp faster. Like, yeah, don't we all? But, I wonder if I'm out of breath for stupidity. I might be. So, what all did he lose? This is not, he was not hauling a contract. He lost a golem. There's a golem in here. He lost an orca? Wait a second. Orcas are notoriously hard to transport. So he had to have the cargo expander in there. Yeah, that just feels really crazy. So, and wait, okay, so he's flying some expensive shit here. This Mackinac, two of them, 618. I don't know. I mean, what is this person doing? So they should have been an obelisk. They should have been triple brick tanked, and they should have been making, how much was in their cargo? 9 billion. They should have been making 5 round trips. Now, you all have seen me fly a freighter, and you know that it's painfully slow, but what happens when you put too much value in it? I don't know. Maybe something like you get ganked. You at least get targeted. They at least try. It was Pandemic Horde who got him. Yeah. So, I grin because that's some of my guys. Pandemic Horde, you know, I'm split right down the middle. There we go. So anyway, this guy, I don't know. It's kind of was he being lazy, or was it that, well, he's been ganked by safety before. Oh, but it's been a long time. He forgot. It's been a long time. So, the last time he was ganked was by safety, he got 2 in a row. Well, he probably learned, but he forgot. Up here, he obviously forgot. Here's another one. What was he doing in low-sec? He was in low-sec with a Providence. Oh, gosh. Similar fit. He didn't lose nearly as much because it looks like he was probably going in to pick up stuff or something. But he hit plastic wrap. So, that was probably a gank contract, and there's no more. So, anyway, all right. Wow. There was only a few ships here. This was painful. I mean, really, Like, what the hell's going on here? There haven't been many ganks this week that are over 10 billion, but yeah, the ones that are, they wow. All right. If you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.